arrow flag. I hope we like the arrow flag. It cost me a whole £4.95 on eBay.
La 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 la.
Hi friends, it is Sam and it has been a minute since I posted an asexuality video. December's always a time of not posting asexuality videos because Vlogmas. I never miss Vlogmas. So I apologise, but we're back for another year of asexuality and aromanticism education. We're going to talk about asexual celebrities. Now, I also googled aromantic celebrities, but I didn't really come up with any results. So we're just going to focus on ace celebrities today because it really makes you feel seen and empowered to know that there are people like you in the spotlight. So I did a little Google last night and I found quite a few people. The first of which is Janeane Garofalo. She's a comedian, I believe. Let's do a little Google of our Janeane. She is an American stand-up comedian, actress and writer. In Garofalo's 2010 stand-up show, If You Will, she says, "I don't have a fear of intimacy. I have sort of a genuine lack of interest." Yes, that sounds very asexual. The comedian admitted in 2010 that she's asexual, despite having a 10-year sexless relationship with her boyfriend. When some people said they thought she was gay, Janeane said, "I take it as a compliment. It makes me far more interesting than an asexual atheist." I personally hadn't heard of Janeane before I did this research, but I'm glad to have some representation in the form of her. A slightly more well-known one, at least in my stratosphere, is Stephen Patrick Morrissey, the English singer, songwriter and author. He was in The Smiths, which is an excellent band. Morrissey's sexuality has been the subject of much speculation and coverage in the British press during his career. In a 1980 letter, he described both himself and his girlfriend as bisexual, although adding that he hated sex. During his years with The Smiths, Morrissey professed to being celibate, which stood out at a time when much of pop music was dominated by visual sexuality. From this, I gather that he's biromantic asexual, but the word asexual isn't actually mentioned in his Wikipedia article. Next up is someone many will be familiar with, and that is Tim Gunn. He is from Project Runway. He's a fashion consultant, television personality, actor, voice actor, and author. In a 2010 interview with People magazine, he said, "For a long time I didn't know what I was. I knew what I wasn't. I wasn't interested in boys, and I really wasn't interested in girls." He mentioned he has always been kind of asexual. Gunn spoke about his celibacy in 2012. He later stated he is unashamed of the fact, saying, "Do I feel like less of a person for it? No. I'm perfectly happy and fulfilled individual." A lot of these people so far seem to be celibate, which I want to remind anyone watching who doesn't know very much about asexual isn't inherently asexual. Celibacy and asexuality are two different things. Asexuals can have sex. Moving on. Next up is Mike Skinner, who is a member of the British band The Streets, who I used to love very much growing up. Dry Your Eyes Mate was such an anthem. When his name popped up in one of the articles, I read something that made me really mad. It says, "Member of The Streets publicly stated he is asexual, but apparently that changed since he's now married and has a child." PSA, asexual people can get married, have children, and have sex. So like, this article had no idea what it was talking about. Maybe look up asexuality before you write an article on asexual celebrities. Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Okay, there's like nothing else about Mike Skinner being asexual. So we will move on to Emily Autumn. She is an American musician. Emily Autumn identifies herself as asexual, but could also be considered bisexual because she's attracted to both males and females. Valid. Next up is another celebrity I've never heard of, Carrie Holm. Is that how you say it? Holm? She is a New Zealand novelist, poet, and short story writer. Okay, so on her Wikipedia page there are 2 sentences about her personal life. Holm lives alone in Okarito? She identifies as atheist, aromantic, and asexual. And the final asexual celebrity I managed to glean from, sorry, she knows, the interwebs is Caitlyn Jenner. What? What? I had no idea. Like, I watched her in The Jungle last year. In 2015, Jenner said that she has never been sexually attracted to men, always to women, and that keeping in mind the difficulty people have understanding the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity, she would identify as asexual for the time being. Caitlyn Jenner told people that while she may consider a male companion, she's not interested in sex. So there we go. Those were just a few asexual celebrities that I found on the internet. Do you know of any more? In a lot of the articles, Sherlock Holmes came up, and I don't think a fictional character counts as a celebrity. That's a whole other video. Looking into this actually made me super happy, and it made me feel super valid, so I hope it did the same for you. I'm sorry if the lighting's been terrible in this video. It's just dark all the time at the moment, and I'm trying my best to make the frame not look hideous. If you did enjoy this video and you want to learn more about asexuality, there are links in the description. Also consider subscribing, because I asked some people on Twitter if they had any ideas for asexuality videos I could make, and I got a ton of responses, so there are many, many more videos to come. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!